This is the CHRILLCAST Live. I'm Chris.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Will.
And for those of you that are tuning in because you saw the thumbnail and thought we actually cared about the Game Awards, think again! No, I'm just kidding. We are going to vote, though. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure you get some Coffee Brand coffee with the promo code CHRILLCAST to get 5% off. Obviously, that's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to vote on some games that we know nothing about. Because I
know things.
Not true, but yes.
I
maybe for you,
into the voting. Okay, so before we get into it, what game do you think that you guys played the most this year? Was it even a new game?
No,
probably not. I have to think about what games we've even played this year. Oh, you know what? I made a list this year.
Did you
I'm
really?
So on top of it. Yeah. Hold on a minute.
You're keeping track so you know that you didn't overspend or underspend how much you should have.
No, I'm not tracking what I'm spending. I'm just tracking what I'm doing. All right. We played Fable 2. We beat that this year.
Hey, we did do that. And Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. We didn't beat it, but we did play Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, definitely Halo 4 Spartan Ops. That took me for freaking ever.
You played that?
Yeah, I finally went through and did it.
Nice. Did you get achievements for that?
Oh, yeah, you get tons of achievements, like every 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And I've said this before, it's way too long, there's way too many chapters, but there's actually a few in there that are really good, and I'm frustrated they didn't put that into the actual campaign. Because I think that it would have made the campaign so much better. Halo Infinite, I guess. Would be the newest game I played, other than Star Wars Fallen Order.
Can you believe that Halo Infinite won the Player's Choice Award the year it came out?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It just people didn't, have enough time to realize there wasn't anything there.
Fast.
Hey, it's actually jumping up again with the winter update.
Yeah, I've heard that the numbers are coming back up, but
it's back in the top 10, or at least it was that week.
For a week. I mean, I still don't think it'll regain its former glory. How about you, Andrew? Anything new?
Not much new, I would say.
I mean, you and I played Door Kickers that one time, but we still haven't actually streamed it.
I know. You have to say that's a fun game, though.
We should play that one on stream soon.
Yeah, we can do that
during the holidays.
You should play. What is that game?
Because that's a cheap game too that people can just pick up, and it's kind of enjoyable. But no, I've been more PC. Just my trend.
We all know your PCMR. We know that.
No. Okay, so Iron Harvest. That's a pretty solid game. Crusader Kings 3. That's what one of them I played, and then Mount and Blade Bannerlord. So between those 3 games, I've put in more hours than I should be proud to admit. Plus FIFA, because that's just a good 30-minute cooldown game of. I don't know what else to do, so 30 minutes. Let's play FIFA.
Do you know what game I just platinumed in the last 2 months?
Infamous Second Son.
Persona. Because
no, I did Infamous Second Son was last year actually. Oh, well. Although I am going back to the original Infamous on the PS3 because that game is fantastic, and I'm actually going to platinum that probably next. That's just a pain in the butt because of the stupid shards. And there's unlike Infamous 2, there's nothing that tells you where the shards are. So you have to literally either follow a guide or just blindly find them all.
That game was a pain in the ass for that.
Did you platinum it?
No, I didn't. Only because of that. The shards were maybe one of the few things I wasn't going for.
Because that's one of the few games where I actually played both Karma routes on purpose because of how good it was.
Yeah, dude, I played both Karma routes because it was fun. I played through that game maybe 4 times.
I love Infamous. The first game is the best. The second game is pretty good.
That's a game that needs remastering.
Yeah, it would be good with a remaster. Give it the Demon Souls treatment.
It's been old enough now that it's you could remaster it, I think, pretty effectively. They don't have one for the PS5. So easy money.
My favorite quote about Infamous is it's the best PS2 game on the PS3. That's my favorite quote about Infamous because it's so true. It looks like a PS2 game, but it's a PS3
it played
game.
So well, though.
It's a great freaking game. Hands down, probably my favorite PS3 exclusive. That still is a PS3 exclusive.
I'll say this. I think the mechanics for that game were pretty solid for being early in the PS3 life cycle.
Oh, 100%.
It felt like it was cutting edge for the PS3 compared to a lot of other games that were actually designed for the PS3.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that sells it a little short to call it the best PS2 game on the PS3.
I mean, it's pretty accurate though to say it that way. Because it like graphics wise, I'm not gonna say that was the best looking game out there, but it was a super fun game.
It looked good to me still.
It proved the comic book aesthetic was awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
But as far as being a technically like graphically intensive game, not so much. Like go back and play it again and tell me you think differently.
No, okay, but that's where I'm gonna point out that you're talking about graphical style, like art style, and that's
just look at the 3D
era.
models. Look at the 3D models.
But what I'm
bring
trying
up
to
some
tell
pictures, Chris. Let's stop arguing this. Let's bring it up.
No, but what I was trying to say is that this is when that was the style still, the preferential style of games, right? So it looked pretty damn good at the time. At least my memory is maybe full of nostalgia. I don't care.
Infamous.
The only thing that was sold on realism was
Infamous screenshots might not be good. Let's go to Infamous 1 screenshots. We don't have anything crazy.
All I was saying though is like Call of Duty was the only thing where people were like demanding realism in the graphics. So
I mean, that's a fair point.
That looks good to me. I don't know why, but this actually still looks good.
It's not, like I said, it's not a bad looking game. You can just kind of tell that it was like when you look at the way things pop in this game, it's very clear that it was not. All I'm saying is that Infamous 1 is a very sepia toned game. It's very PS2 era style.
Yeah. That's fair. It just it looks good.
I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm saying it's sepia PS2 toned. Anyways, this is not the point.
Yeah, let's move on.
I'm not even playing this game right now. Okay. No, I platinumed Madden 13 on the PS Vita.
Wow, that's so random.
I guess Persona, because when it comes to Chris, all roads lead back to Persona. So.
I am one trophy away from platinuming probably one of the hardest Atlas games to platinum, which is Persona 4 Golden. I have a Excel file because they don't have any in-game tracking for a specific achievement that you have to hit 250 lines of dialogue with a specific character, and it's really annoying.
Wow, that is annoying.
No, that's not worth it.
It's the last achievement. It's not that hard. It's like really somebody already created the Excel file. I just have to use it.
That's like in what the hell is that game that you like so much? The zombie game. They have to play for like 9 days. Yeah, Dead Rising.
Yeah, I still haven't done that achievement, but I'm coming up with a solution to.
How does anyone do that? Who has that kind of time? Or how can you even leave something on that long?
I'm gonna make it happen eventually. Like if the CHRILLCAST hit like 10,000 subscribers, that would be the 10,000 subscriber special. Would be you guys.
We're never getting there then. That's awful.
Oh, you mean taking a vacation of 9 days just to?
No. It's not. No. It's 7 day Survivor, but it's 14 in-game hours.
Okay.
So
that's doable then.
Yeah, it's less than 24 hours. Like you don't even have to do a 24-hour charity stream. Okay, it's like 14-hour charity stream.
Okay.
Anyways, long story short, that is a game I've always wanted to finish the achievements on, and I've never felt like actually sitting down and playing a game for 14 hours.
It's not that difficult.
It is when you have children and a busy schedule.
Fair enough.
Okay. Let's get to this next. So you said Persona 4 Golden, Madden 13, Shadow of Mordor. That's another game I've been playing a lot of. I really like that
Steam
game.
Deck, right? That's what you were doing it on. Got to plug your new favorite console, Chris.
And I went back and I've been playing Fire Emblem 3 Houses to finally finish that stupid game.
Is it stupid? Isn't that worth getting?
I don't like 3 Houses. Like you would probably like it, Will, but I don't.
It's trash. Will, you'd love it.
No, I like the old school Fire Emblem games, and Fire Emblem 3 Houses to me feels like Persona Light mixed with Fire Emblem. Like it's not quite Persona, but it's also like Persona. It's like if I wanted to play Persona, I just boot up a Persona game. I wouldn't play 3 Houses. But once I can get past it's like the whole first half of the game is Persona-esque. You're in this school, and you're playing with like the lords and stuff, and you get to like recruit characters and do dialogue and do stupid little quests that I cared nothing about. And then after that, there's like a time skip, which I've already spoiled for myself. And then you basically go all out war, and it's like an old school Fire Emblem game. So I'm trying to get past all this social dialogue stuff that I care nothing about and get into the real meat and bones of what is an all out war. Anyways, long story short, I would not have picked Fire Emblem Three Houses as game of the year, even the year it came out. All right. But Fire Emblem Engage, I'm getting more and more hyped about, which is coming out in January. All right. I can't think of anything else I'm playing. Oh, I'm still technically playing Fire Emblem, Halo Infinite again. Okay. I'm going back and forth between the Xbox version and the Steam Deck version to try and decide if one of them is better than the other. And so far, I think they both.
Well, you can do a campaign replay now, which is pretty exciting.
That is pretty exciting. I give you that. I'm trying to get through all the skulls.
We can also play co-op now, Chris. FYI.
We can if we ever had time to do so. And Andrew needs to get a copy of it somehow. No. Maybe Black Friday will be a way to do it.
Get what?
A copy of Infinite so we can mess with you on the game and just, constantly betray you.
I have a strong record of not owning Halo games. And
have you never owned Halo?
No, I've never had a Microsoft console. So.
Did you have a PC?
I have a PC, which I will continue my strong record of not owning a.
And you're on this podcast? What the heck? All right. You know what? Moving on. Since Andrew's not going to join us.
I might consider it. You just have to convince me.
Halo Infinite is fun.
I know the console version is $20 now.
Well, yeah, it's got to be really cheap.
I'm not buying an Xbox console, so.
I'm saying it's probably the same on the PC. I just haven't looked.
I'll wait until Xbox starts giving away the S's because they have too much supply.
Did you see that picture? Holy crap.
Where was that at?
It was Best Buy.
They
probably waiting for Black Friday.
They're going to have to give them away.
It's Black Friday. Well, I mean, that's like the big console sale. Like everyone has it for $250.
Yeah.
They're
probably going to give away Game Pass with it. I bet it'll give away Game Pass with it. That's how they're going to do it. Oh, here's one last question then before we get into it. Where have you primarily played your games this year?
Home.
Yeah, home.
PC, PS5, Xbox Series
X, but I've also been playing on my Switch.
PC and PS5.
I've been playing on my Steam Deck, my PS Vita, and my a Nintendo Switch OLED. So I actually quite like the OLED. The screen is that much better, but it wasn't worth the upgrade. I will say, if you have a Switch,
I tried messing with one in the store, by the way, Chris, and it's just like, I don't care.
If you actually compare them up close, like you can tell.
They're right next to each other. So I was comparing them. I know, but it's like it's brighter. I just don't care.
No, the other thing that you don't realize is the OLED screen is a lot thinner. So the image, like if you're looking at this like Switch like this, you move it back and forth, the degrees of viewing are much better on the OLED.
Plays it like that though, Chris? I play it straight on. I don't play it at an angle like you crazy motherfucker.
Anyways.
Chris is just over here experimenting with different positions.
I know.
OLED, so.
I'm experimenting with different positions. Whoa, what?
Exactly.
All right. Okay. No,
it's only missionary for him. That's it.
I've only played portably. Okay. I pretty much don't. So my 4K TV, I think I've told this story before. I had essentially a crosshair of dead pixels on my 4K TV, and so I sent it back to the company. And then a month later, I sent them an email. I'm like, hey, are you guys ever going to fix or replace the TV? And like, hold on. And then they messaged me back the next day, and they're like, it shows that your TV was delivered in October, but we can't find it. I'm like, what? So shout out to their customer support. They did actually just ship me a new one instead.
Oh, nice.
But I was like, what? You guys lost the TV? It's a freaking 65 plus inch TV and you lost it.
Yeah, it sounds like a delivery driver just like, this is mine now.
Little does he know there's a crosshair of dead pixels that he's not going to want on there.
Yeah, he's probably not even gonna notice it. You're the only one who noticed it.
No, I like.
It's like it's in the very corner. Like I see one dead pixel.
No, it's like
this
it's
will
like
ruin my whole gaming experience.
it's literally from left to right and up to down, an entire line of dead pixels. It's literally
geez,
a crosshair.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I thought it was like an old timey effect on some Blippi episode my kids were watching, and then later that night I was playing a game and I was like, "It's still there." I was like, "No." So that's my whole story about the TV. So I still don't have a TV in my living room. It's been about a month, if not longer, and it's supposed to show up on Monday if the delivery guy doesn't take it again.
Exactly. I mean, I live in St. Louis, man. I would just watch them take things all the time. It was awful. Or just like random people walking down the streets would just take things off their people's porches. I stopped ordering things off the internet because of that.
Yeah, I remember you told me not to ship anything to your house.
Yep. It'll be gone. It won't get to me.
Oh my gosh.
Here is fine. Like I live with a bunch of old people now, and like it'd be a lot of effort for them to take it.
Trying to take it with a walker.
You're like, Gramps, I want to see you try.
Yeah, no, it's like I think I could catch you.
I don't know. You know what? If they could just slide it onto one of those, maybe they got one of those wheelchair booster things that goes down to the pavement, they could probably get the TV in with that.
Oh yeah, probably.
One of them just like straps it onto their electric scooter to pull away with it.
And away they go. See you later, Sonny.
They back up and everything, so you got the beep, 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 beep as they go.
It's like the old pedo grandpa from Family Guy. Hey, Christ, I'm checking your TV. All right. So, game of the year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. So, before we answer that question, what was the previous year's answer? Do you guys
have a good idea?
Know? I honestly don't remember last year's.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It sounds terrible.
I know we voted.
Oh no, it was The Last of Us 2, wasn't it?
Oh, then that's totally fake because nobody would pick that.
I know, but I thought it was The Last of Us 2.
I'm looking. No, it takes two.
Oh, it was Takes Two. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Last of Us Part 2 is 2020.
Oh shit! I'm a whole year off.
No, It Takes Two probably deserved it. I've heard that's a pretty good game.
Yeah, but
I take it back. Metroid Dread was in that thing. They picked frickin' It Takes Two.
Yeah, do you not remember us voting for this? We voted for Metroid Dread.
Yeah, Metroid Dread was way better.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the year that Last of Us Part 2 won, like
it did not deserve that, though.
But I still wouldn't have picked Animal Crossing or Doom Eternal.
Okay, but
Ghost of Tsushima should have got it. It should have been Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, how the hell did that not win?
Although, how sad is it that we're debating which Sony-produced first-party IP would win?
I mean, let's be honest. Anytime a Sony-produced IP comes out that's single player like that,
I mean, technically Xbox owns Doom, so
now they do.
I think they did at the time too.
Well, I mean, like they do now. I'm saying like a Doom Eternal, didn't it come out?
Oh, I'm just being a pain in the ass, Chris. You don't have to debate me.
I do know that they said there was there was a commentary that Xbox has never been nominated for Game of the Year, and I'm curious if that's true.
That's definitely not true.
I'm looking. Hold on, I'm looking to see if that's not true.
There's no way. Oh, okay, I can't. Your screen is too pixelated.
Yeah, and you're really. But if you look at it and see how many of these games have been either Sony or Nintendo, it's kind of.
Bayonetta 2 was in the running in 2014. What? I'm surprised about that. Fallout 4.
I don't know why my camera's freaking out like that. Sorry.
Titanfall 2. You see, that's one that Will would have argued to the end of time should have won.
Titanfall?
Over Overwatch 2.
Over Overwatch. But over Uncharted. Uncharted 4.
Yeah, but Uncharted 4 is not even the best in the series.
I know it's not, but it's still like probably the best gaming experience out of all of those for story. Yes. For story, yes.
I don't know, man. I've heard Overwatch has a pretty deep story. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Forget Overwatch.
The fact that one is just sad. Okay.
I'm not surprised that Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild won, even though I wouldn't have picked it. I would have probably picked
Persona. Game.
I would pick that over Horizon Zero Dawn.
I would have picked Persona 5, but
of course you would.
I mean, let's
see here. Then you got for 2018. I mean, God of War probably
I don't know. Spider-Man probably should.
I was pretty hyped for Red Dead Redemption 2 and then it released and the entire hype train for me died.
I have yet to beat that game.
I never purchased it.
I
watched somebody play
Black
it
Friday.
and I knew right after I watched somebody play it that I would never enjoy that game. So
I mean, there you go. There's Outer Worlds. Xbox owns that too.
now they do. Did they
at that time
in
too.
2019?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty certain that was one of the first things they announced that they bought. That was a long time ago.
Okay. All right.
They did not produce the game. They did help finish it. Yeah, that counts.
When did they buy Obsidian?
Before that game came out.
Okay.
I just think it's really harsh that The Last of Us Part 2 won over
Last of Us Part 2, like,
Tsushima.
honestly,
Over Ghost of Tsushima, though.
Ghost of Tsushima should have won.
Yeah.
Oh, Psychonauts too. That's a recent one. They own that too.
Okay, so they have been nominated. They've just never won.
How did Halo not win?
Halo's not even in there. Look,
Go back to the beginning.
Halo has not been on there once. That's
Halo,
actually
Halo
these are all
5
newer
wasn't gonna
years.
win. Well, they've never gone. 2014 was the first year they actually.
Oh, well, no
this.
wonder they didn't freaking win. I mean, Xbox had the bangers back in the 360 and the Xbox.
Yeah, they had like some kind of Game Awards thing like way before that, but like when it really became like popular and actually like public.
That's not as big of a deal as I thought it was going to be when it goes back to 2014.
Hey, Shadow of Mordor was on here. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was surprised. Okay. Anyway, so long story short, like I don't think for the most part that I agree with any of their choices. So
No, they're dumb.
that's why it's the lame awards, not the game awards.
Wait, go back. No, that's bull crap. The Witcher was correct.
Yep. Zelda was good.
Okay, Zelda, God of War was correct.
Yeah.
Okay, The Witcher 3. So 2014, they had it right.
Yeah. What did they pick? Dragon Age, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
No. Dark. I would have picked either Shadow.
That's
of Mordor.
actually a tough lineup, honestly.
That's actually has 3 solid games. 3.
From what I've never played Bayonetta 3 yet, but Bayonetta 2 is pretty fun.
I was just gonna say okay, Dragon Age versus Dark Souls versus Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
That's a solid 3 games to compete against each other, but I mean Dragon Age.
And then there's Hearthstone.
So much bigger than
really?
both.
Hearthstone
that's popularity. That's no different than a couple other games that you see.
I would never put that on the list.
I probably would have picked Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor.
I would have picked
because it was
Middle-earth,
so
Shadow of
innovative
Mordor.
with that Nemesis system.
It is a super cool game.
Probably would have, just because I like the Dragon Age story, would have still picked Inquisition.
Oh yeah, I mean,
in 2016, like Overwatch did not deserve the win.
No, it doesn't deserve because it's not a full game.
It's not even a good game.
I think that one, this one is totally wrong. 2016, totally wrong.
There's a lot of weird things that happened in 2016.
2017, I can't fault them for what they picked.
Across the board, it was one of the.
It was better. Horizon Zero Dawn. It's between that and Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't think the other ones truly.
I mean, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild has sold, I think, 30 million copies. That's a lot for Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn sold a shit ton of copies too. It's just about what.
I think the only competitor in 2018 that I see here is
Odyssey's not that good.
I was gonna say Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man for sure. You were.
And then in 2019.
That's a bad year.
I think Sekiro is probably the choice. I think Sekiro is probably the right choice for 2019.
That's a bad year for games.
Death Stranding is a weird game.
Yeah, that's a bad year for games.
Smash Bros. Ultimate's a good game. It's probably the best Smash experience since.
Yeah, I mean it's a good game, but it shouldn't be like the top game.
It's not a game of the year when it's yearly. Not really yearly, but every console gets one.
But 2020, like that is the biggest snub I've seen ever with Ghost of Tsushima not getting.
Oh yeah, that is
Sucker Punch just nails every game they make.
That is 100% a slight.
Also, I know people loved Hades. I never played it, but that was a super popular game.
I forget. Well, can you hover over that? I want to see the cover for it.
Hades is okay.
Okay,
I know a lot of people like it.
I never saw that one before. So
technically, it was early access in 2018, so people have been playing it for a lot longer than 2020. But they're technically, released in 2020.
I think this year, 2021.
But Metroid Dread, that was a snub. That was a snub. Metroid Dread should have got it. I know Will like Psychonauts, but Metroid Dread should have got it. Metroid Dread was a huge.
I mean,
comeback.
people love it. It Takes Two, though.
I believe
It's supposed to be super emotional.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like Metroid Dread. It was a perfect culmination of the Metroid series.
I think this year has a strong lineup. So overall,
yeah. So here's the question: why are we picking Elden Ring?
I don't know. Do we pick Elden Ring because?
So I know a lot of people like this.
What are all the
stray
options?
You got you got 6 options.
Plague Tale,
Requiem, which I don't care about.
Yeah.
I mean, that's supposed to be a phenomenal game too, though.
I just don't care about it. So like,
I think
can't
I would
vote for
pick. And the thing is, unfortunately, I haven't played any of these games. Like my vote probably doesn't matter. But of what I've heard, the top 3 would be one of my picks.
I would not pick Horizon
like
Forbidden West more. Because Forbidden West is more of a side, like an addition to Horizon Forbidden. You know,
that's the only reason I wouldn't vote for it.
Yeah,
just because it's an expansion to the first game. More than
it's not even. It's not even a exclusive. Like it's not even next gen exclusive. You know what I mean? Like that's what it was supposed to be.
None of these are.
Well, technically, Xenoblade is exclusive to the Switch.
Shut up! That's not. We've already discussed this.
Yes.
Will and I are in the camp that it's not even next gen.
Okay.
No.
All right. So why aren't we picking Stray? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not going to pick Elden Ring because I can't bring myself to vote for a Dark Souls game. They're too freaking hard.
I almost bought this game. That's how
Dark
good it
Souls.
is.
Okay, here's the thing. It's a very unique style. I have complaints in general about like directional, the direction you can take in the game, just because it's very weirdly unguided.
Have you played it yet? Then
it's exactly the same as all the Dark Souls games and how it's structured. There's a lot of complaints on my end about it being open in a sense that's bad because you don't necessarily know where you're supposed to be going. I would have to just lean towards God of War out of caution on that. I don't think Elden Ring is like unequivocally the best game for the average person where you're like, oh, if you play this, you can't be disappointed.
I mean, realistically,
how much of an advantage? How much of an advantage does God of War Ragnarok have for coming out so much later than Elden Ring?
No,
like it definitely biases you.
Why? No, it's not. It's not about that. It's about the fact that I know what From Software games are styled as.
Yeah,
and
but we got George R.R. Martin's writing, and
I don't care because
that's the reason it should lose because he needs to finish that gosh dang series.
Right? No, but okay.
Let's vote. Let's vote. I vote for Elden Ring.
It has to be good for the average gamer. Like you just take them, have them play it, and they're not going to be disappointed. I think that has to put it at God of War.
All right. Well, I'm outvoted 2-1 God of War.
Cool.
All right.
It's gonna win. I think it has to win.
Yeah, it's between those two, so we'll just see.
Best game direction.
What's the criteria, Chris?
It says awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So basically, game of the year, but not game of the year.
For direction and design, I would be between God of War and Horizon because of I mean, for one thing, Horizon does have a pretty good story.
I think Stray's a really weirdly directive game that probably wouldn't have got
I refuse to vote for a freaking cat. No, go ahead.
I didn't say we need to vote for it.
No,
I said
it's
I bet it's going to win.
What he's saying is fair. I'm just saying, like, I would lean towards the story of Horizon.
Yeah,
I really like the story of Horizon, even though I hate the game.
And the design is
it's a creative vision. Yeah, I think
the design is purely unique. It's not like you're just using myth and legend of other
no, they created their own version of reality in a post-apocalyptic world that I haven't honestly seen.
And before. The game mechanics are pretty cool still. Mm-hmm. Like I
have mechanical dinosaurs.
All right, we'll vote for Horizon Forbidden West. I almost said Forbidden Vest. Like it's a random vest you have to wear.
Next category. Next
best narrative.
Jesus, this is the same games over and over again.
Why is this the exact same question of the
See, this is why I said it's the lame awards. Like none of this stuff makes any
narrative
sense.
Development in a game. Well, that's going to be God of War because of the father-son dynamic.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's either that or Plague Tale. I can't remember.
Or
You can't
fine,
have the
yeah,
story
you
in
could
those.
give it to Plague, I guess. I don't know the story well enough.
I feel
for
like
Plague
Elden
Tale.
Ring's gonna get snubbed in every category.
Well, this is because I don't think the storytelling in Elden Ring is very. I don't know.
Okay, well I'll vote for.
There's a lot unsaid in From Software games. That's like part of the problem.
I still think the best narrative though is Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, I guess yeah. It's hard. It's hard because I don't. Okay, I lean towards God of War because I think it's actually a
I guess if you
fully
remove
contained game. It's a fully contained game.
if you
whereas-
remove the narrative of Horizon Zero Dawn from the
yes,
equation
that's
and
my- that's
only
my-
say Forbidden West, I don't think I would pick it.
that's what I was just about to say. I think.
Why don't we
God
go
of
with
War-
Plague Tale? I vote Plague Tale.
It's like an indie studio, so I feel like
I
don't
was
have
gonna go with
a
God of
1,000
War,
people.
but okay. If you two vote Plague Tale,
I already voted for God of War once. I'm going to switch it up.
That's fair.
All right. Okay. Best. We got the same freaking.
Oh,
Wait,
okay,
go
we're doing
back, go
score.
back. Art for creative and/or technical achievement in artistic
I'm
design.
going to vote Scorn for sure.
Oh yeah, Scorn. Yeah, Scorn is weird
That
as
is
hell.
creepy as hell, but
I'll pick
they
it just because it's
really-
weird. It's
Okay,
weird.
you guys
wow.
outvote me. I was about to give Elden Ring something.
No, Elden Ring looks like a Souls game.
No, they dedicated.
Well,
the
actually, take it back.
craft.
Elden Ring is beautiful though. Like the
It
castles
is.
and stuff are very.
And
pretty.
also the world is just kind of cool. It's
All right,
more into
Scorn
the
it
world, but you guys.
Also, I
outvoted
think
me.
that's an Xbox game.
It is an Xbox game. That is true.
There you go. They're going to win something.
No,
Best score in music. Probably gonna Xenoblade. Xenoblade has
I have
amazing
no
music.
opinion on this.
None.
All of the Xenoblade games have had incredible soundtracks.
Actually, I'd be willing to give Elden Ring it, but that's just because I know what the music is like.
I don't remember. So I haven't listened to enough Elden Ring to make a decision. All right, how about this?
It's literally think of any like score for like Game of Thrones or something, and you're gonna have the same kind of concept.
Okay, then I'm voting for Xenoblade.
Okay.
I don't care. Go ahead.
Xenoblade, actually, the first one had really great music. I don't actually know if 2 and 3 are as good. All right, we'll go with Elden Ring.
You've played Dark Souls before. You know what the music.
I
is.
just told you I've never played Dark Souls, and Elden Ring
Okay.
almost has me convinced to do it.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
Gran Turismo 7.
Wait,
No.
no. What is this?
No?
Sound? Wait,
Best sound design.
In-game
gotta
audio
the
and
card
sound
games.
design.
Card games always have the best audio.
I don't know. I was almost willing to give it to Call of Duty. What's the last game on the list? You have to scroll down.
Forbidden West. For this.
It's just
No.
the same couple games.
I'm between Call of Duty and Gran Turismo, but that's.
All right, I vote Gran
give it to the
Turismo.
car. Give it to the car game
Yeah, okay.
You
Even though
can't
that
give
game-
anything to Call of Duty. Call of Duty
because
sucks.
it has to have the everything from
Mhm.
traction, sound, and all that. So yeah. What?
Individual voice acting. Okay.
Gosh, this is
Christopher
difficult.
Judge is a good voice actor.
He's in Stargate.
Yeah.
I would give it to him.
Yep. I recognize that person. That's
But
basically
also,
it.
like the voice in God of War is pretty solid. So
Mhm.
yeah.
All right. Games for impact. Thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. This is a category I probably wouldn't really
Let's
think
do
about.
the Extinction is Forever one.
Oh, I haven't
Yeah?
played that one yet.
I don't know. It has some cute ass foxes. It might make me feel
As
a
Dusk
little
Falls
bit.
is-
See,
it's
but I've heard
interesting.
As Dusk Falls is really good.
Well, okay. Can we know what the message is behind these? Because that's gonna change.
Well,
how
As
it
Dusk
goes.
Falls is very much like a Telltale game, but it's more.
Oh, it's very strange though, because it's like, I don't know, it's like real people, but then they turn them into artwork, and then it's like stop motion with just artwork. It's very strange.
Yeah, I would pick that one. Probably.
You guys can outvote me on that. I
Yeah,
just lean
I'd
towards
pick
the
that one.
cute foxes.
So here's the thing. I agree with Floofy Sniper Ducko. When I'm gaming, I'm trying to get away from IRL social BS. Yeah, that is a fact.
That's why I wanted to know what the messages were. Because
As Dusk Falls, Xbox game wins.
Yay.
All right, best ongoing. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Is Halo in this?
No, it
Halo's
never
not
is,
in there.
and I don't
what games?
understand.
Apex, Destiny, Final Fortnite. No, okay. Destiny 2.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14, dude. They have turned that game started. It was like bottom of the barrel MMORPG, and they turned it around to they're ahead of World of Warcraft. Like they went.
Okay,
Destiny
then
2.
sure. I honestly, you two fight it out. I don't care.
All right. Well, we got outvoted in the chat too, so it looks like it's Final Fantasy.
Okay.
All right, best indie. Oh, here we go. Cult of the Lamb. I hear a lot about. I don't know about
Stray.
you.
Actually,
Tunic.
Oh, Tunic.
No, Tunic.
That's my vote. That's definitely my vote.
Tunic.
I really
It's
like
like
that
Zelda
game.
with a fox.
Yeah. Also, I think it was just one dude that made that game.
Best
Pretty much.
mobile game.
Diablo
Chris, you're the only one.
Immortal.
Chris, you are the only one who cares about this concept.
Yeah.
So
I don't care about any of these games though.
Yeah, pick which one you think is the
Can we
least
just
shit.
vote? Can we just vote Diablo Immortal because of how bad it is?
Okay.
Sure, because it's also
I
not.
think the
I would
the,
love it if they brought the
chat
guy
voted,
with the.
Chris.
I would love it if they brought the guy from the horrible Blizzard Entertainment speech where he goes, "Y'all got cell phones, right?" You remember that? It was so bad.
I do not vote for that one. Here, scroll down. What's the other options?
Okay. Tower of Fantasy. I mean, it looks
Sure.
like fine, whatever.
Sure, I don't like any of the first group. So
Best community esports.
Also,
esports.
Yeah, y'all got
Yeah.
phones.
also
That's literally my
yeah.
favorite thing ever. Y'all got phones. That was the stupidest Blizzard Entertainment spiel ever.
All right,
Go
Chris,
back, go
what is
down,
this,
go down to the
what is
bottom
this?
one.
Hold on, it says best community support. Recognizing
Transparency
the
and
game.
responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game. Ugh.
Oh,
Go down to the bottom one. What's the bottom one? No Man's Sky. Yes.
Yes, vote for them. I have no idea what they're doing, but I like the
One,
game.
I don't. I hate Fortnite. I will never vote for them.
Yeah, you'll never get a Fortnite out of me. So
That's-
Destiny is out. Esports can eat shit.
okay,
I really don't care about
what's this one? Right. So,
innovation and accessibility. So this is actually a category I can get behind. This is like we invented controllers so people who have like different needs to be able to play
Okay.
can
Mhm.
play. Like
Go
I actually
down.
think this is a cool thing.
Go down. Wait. How did God of War do this? How did the last?
Well, no. Sony added some more accessibility features to the controllers.
Okay.
I mean, technically, as Dusk Falls, that's an Xbox game, and they have the accessibility controller. They literally built one for that. Does that
Hey,
count?
somebody's reminding us that FF14 won last year too.
Yeah, I tried to highlight that, and you removed it, Chris.
Okay, but what is the accessibility thing that The Last of Us Part 1 did? Someone explain
This
this.
this is the new re-release of Last of Us Part 1 that they just added.
Yeah, what?
Last of Us
Yeah.
Part 1 remake, whatever the heck
They made it
wanna
more
call
accessible by putting it on a console. You have to pay more money for it.
No, Sony added the ability to use, I think, keyboard, mouse, and custom controllers. So like supposedly it's more accessible. I don't know enough about it.
I don't
I'm
know.
not
What's,
voting
the,
for
what's
that
the
game.
game on the bottom? What's the game on the bottom?
It's
Corey.
a super. This is a super massive game. Like these are easily going to be because isn't that like Detroit Become Human was them too, or am I
Uh-oh.
thinking of something else?
I don't know.
Mhm.
Give it to God of War. I don't care.
All right.
Just give it to God of
yeah.
War. The other games are like, no, I just don't get it. The category.
Oh, best VR and AR experience. I do like Among Us. I don't know if you guys have played it. I do.
I've
like
never
it.
played in VR, though,
No,
so I
I
have no
want
idea.
Moss Book 2.
Do you know anything about it, or you just like the name?
It's because it looks dope as shit.
It looks stupid.
No, that looks
It's
fantastic.
like Tale of
for VR.
Despero.
No, I'm
Like, what's
I'm-
wrong with you?
no,
I don't want to play
no.
Tale of Despero
Moss
VR.
Book 2 in VR. That looks
Okay, no, Among Us in
fantastic.
VR is hilarious because you're literally looking in through the little like TV thing that's on your face. Like,
Fine.
awful.
But
and-
look at
And
those
when you
little mouse
assassinate
creatures.
people in Among Us VR, when you assassinate people, like that horrible claw-looking thing that comes out of their stomachs, you like get to see that firsthand. In
Okay, but
VR.
just
and it's
imagine
creepy as fuck,
putting-
get out.
Just imagine putting the VR goggles on a cat if they were playing Moss Book 2 because of all those mice. And it's
I'm-
just that concept that makes me
All right.
want to pick it.
I'm voting Among Us. What are you
Fine,
voting,
That's
Will?
fine. I don't
Moss Book 2.
Best action.
Best
game.
action game.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes. Yes. Team Antia.
Is it
Turtles
even
in a
good?
Or
Have you
Heroes in a
played it?
Half
I
Have you
don't
played
know.
it?
Can we give Modern Warfare something?
I would pick my Bayonetta 3 over Modern Warfare 2.
Nostalgia.
I'm sorry, Modern Warfare 2, that's not like the heart and soul of the Xbox 360, isn't as good.
Oh my gosh.
I pick Bayonetta 3.
Fine.
Plus, Bayonetta 3 deserves some extra help after somebody tried to cancel their whole game. Will, did you vote? Or did you just mute yourself?
He agreed.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Scroll down. What's the one below it again?
Teenage.
He's like, I want TMNT.
TMNT.
Are we split here?
Oh, fine. New Bayonetta. Freaking. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. All right, let's see here.
Action
Go back up.
Tunic's on this one. Best action
Ooh,
adventure.
this actually might be
Oh,
hard.
puzzle solving? No, I think you gotta.
Oh, puzzle solving. Let's gotta be Tunic.
Tunic.
It's
To
gotta
be fair, I have not played Stray, so I don't know what kind of puzzles.
But
are
why are these same games in every
Because-
I don't know.
People have a hard on for all of them. Role playing game. Pokemon.
Xenoblade Chronicles?
Elden
No.
Ring?
Pokemon? No.
Elden Ring, I would think.
There's
Elden Ring
nothing
is pretty
there.
solid.
There's nothing there.
What about Triangle Strategy? What the hell is that? I've never.
It's
heard of
awful.
it.
Yeah, I hate
Okay.
that game.
I vote Elden Ring. in this
Elden
category.
Ring. I'll vote Elden Ring
All right, fine.
since you didn't want Pokemon.
Yeah.
Dude,
Best
Pokemon
fighting
is
game.
It's a joke.
Oh,
I was
Multiverses.
kidding.
I definitely vote Multiverses.
Go back. What's the category?
Best
best
fighting game.
game.
Oh,
Oh, it's got Shaggy.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a WB
Yes.
fighting game. It's great.
and yeah.
Screw it.
There's been controversy about it too.
Excellent.
Best family game?
Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars is always a good choice.
I mean,
Splatoon
Best
3, though,
family game.
that's a good
Wake
game,
up. I don't
too.
know.
Kirby,
I was
Lego
going
Star
for
Wars.
Mario.
So Lego Star Wars, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga had like a development hell for some reason, and nobody has been able to figure out what it was that made that game so difficult to produce. Since Lego produces so many games,
I was just gonna say Mario, but that's.
I mean, Mario Rabbids is a good game. It's actually really good,
Yeah,
but
What
I don't
age
think
is the
that's the best
family, though?
family game.
I don't know.
Yeah, what age is your family? I mean,
Mario and Rabbids is actually
Well, then
very
give it to Nintendo Switch Sports. That's the
Yeah,
most
I mean,
family.
I think
You
I would
could.
vote that too.
Yeah, just give Sports. Sports.
All right, I do have that one.
It's
I did buy that game.
universal, all ages.
Yeah.
Best sim and strategy. Okay, what on earth is Victoria 3? Because I've seen commercials for it.
Oh, it's basically the same thing as Crusader Kings. It's just a certain era.
Oh, okay.
I would give it to that. Wait, what's the category?
Oh, Dune Spice Wars?
No, go back
Is that
up.
even good?
Turn-based simulate real-time.
Sim
or
strategy.
turn-based-
Well, there's Warhammer 3 as well.
Nothing's going to beat Victoria. Give it to Victoria.
Okay. Maybe I'll buy that one then if it's that good.
I mean, you have to like the era, but yeah.
We have a non-fan now.
I'm sorry, but no. Total War does not beat Paradox games when it comes to overall.
We should just pick
in-depth.
this, whatever the hell this is.
Ollie Ollie World? No. I
No.
refuse.
just
What is the category?
No,
Yeah.
Andrew's got his FIFA here.
Oh,
Best sports racing.
sheesh.
I mean, these all.
Why isn't there a separate category for sports and racing? Because they're not the same thing.
No.
Andrew just fell off his
Andrew's
desk.
being attacked. We should call
No,
it.
I cat decided to be jumping in a box repeatedly.
Pick NBA for the gag.
FIFA. It's FIFA. I
All right,
put too much
fine.
time into it. So
I definitely won't pick Madden, so. Best multiplayer.
Oh, geez.
Probably Splatoon 3.
sure.
Splatoon 3 knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That game was sold, I think they said their opening weekend, 3 million copies. That's a lot for Splatoon.
I totally agree.
All right, let's go on to the next category that I probably won't care about.
Wait, no. What?
Oh, okay. No, we have to vote for Nibelian, I think.
Is there a reason?
Because a lot of people I know are voting for him.
I literally don't know.
And since I don't know any of these
I
people,
don't give a shit about any
All
of
right,
this.
Namillion.
Wow. Am I just that old that I just don't know any of the other YouTubers now?
I just don't care.
Best debut indie game. Tunic. Tunic,
Yeah.
right?
It's either that.
Yep,
It's gonna be
Tunic.
Stray.
I vote
Yeah.
Tunic.
Sure. What is Tunic on? Is it on everything?
It's on everything now. It was in Game Pass first.
Okay.
Best adaptation. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I've heard is amazing.
Oh, it's just
Oh, Uncharted. Is Uncharted? I meant to watch it.
It's okay.
You're gonna have to give it the Edge Runners.
It's
Actually,
okay.
People like the League of Legends one too.
I don't want
I
any
thought
League of
Sonic-
Legends voted for anything for any reason.
I thought Sonic was really liked by people.
I don't care.
I think I'm still gonna vote Cyberpunk. I think that was much better.
I vote Cyberpunk.
What is the
You're outvoted, Andrew.
fuck me.
You're outvoted.
Also-
I was asking what is
so-
the criteria you guys are judging it and like
It says
how
best adaptation, video game to film.
okay,
So-
yeah, you can't pick Uncharted because Uncharted was to anyone who has not seen it, it weirdly mixes all the games together to make a new like a singular movie timeline of events. Yeah, it's
That's
super weird.
really weird. Why would
So
they
like,
do that?
it's it basically takes elements of all the games to make and puts it into this. So they're trying to tell the story of like origin.
You would need like 5 hours to tell the whole
Dude,
thing.
it's weird. It's super weird. It's
Why would
weird.
they do it? Okay, no, you've already convinced me. It's definitely
It's
Cyberpunk.
not, okay, it's not done in a bad way. It's just that they're trying to make the movies not the same as the book.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners is so good that people came back to Cyberpunk 2077 and bought the game because of that show. So that one wins.
What?
All right, most anticipated game.
Obviously, Hogwarts.
Halo
Yeah, scroll
Infinite
down.
when it
I want
actually
to see
gets
the last one
finished.
What's the last one?
Legend of Zelda 2 is
No.
the Kingdom.
Oh boy,
Hogwarts, 100%.
it's got Hogwarts, but it's not my most anticipated for sure.
I don't know.
Hogwarts.
I'm pretty anticipating Starfield.
If you
and
say
Legend of
Starfield,
Zelda.
I'm gonna
I did say
It's
Starfield.
got to be Hogwarts.
boo. Dude, I've already told you every reason
You know what's going to
concerned
win
about
this
Starfield.
category though is probably Resident Evil 4.
No.
Yeah.
That's on like
It's going to
everybody's
be
hype
Hogwarts. You're forgetting that most of the people voting are millennials. All right.
That's actually not 100% true. I hope you know that. Okay, Rocket. Wait, what? Oh, best esports game. Oh, I don't care about esports though, and I don't care about any of these games.
Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike.
Let's give it
Yeah.
to Valve. Valve's awesome.
Well, also Counter-Strike has been outstanding forever. So
Yeah. Best esports athlete.
Which one's the
Eeny,
fattest?
Miny, Mo.
no, Fat Boy.
Give it-
Fat Boy
give it-
wins. Who's
Give it
the
to
fattest?
Whitaker.
Who's the fattest?
That's not how we vote. Stop.
That's how
that.
I'm voting. That means they don't have to walk away from the TV as often.
Okay.
And they're successful enough to
okay.
pay someone to feed them.
I see.
Oh my gosh.
No, listen. I see people that talk about FaZe Clan all the time, so I ain't never voting for FaZe Clan. How about let's just vote for this guy?
Is he bigger than the other one? Okay. fine.
Dude, I don't care.
They're
I just
close.
like. I like that
It's
he's
close.
actually look. Okay, look.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all
What?
these people. The only person that's having fun in their picture is this guy, so he gets it.
Fair. All right. Fair.
Okay.
All right. We're
All
gonna
right.
use the same criteria for
One
this
guy
one.
was just
Which one
waiting
looks
for
having
a freaking
fun?
Hot Pocket, so
I ain't voting for LA.
I'm definitely voting for LA because that is hysterical that they named themselves the Thieves.
I mean, look at them. They look like they're actually having fun. They
Yeah.
are the
Okay,
only
fine.
They're the LA Thieves, which that is probably the most
Yeah.
common profession in the city these days.
Yeah.
So
You make a lot of money doing that in the city of LA.
Oh my gosh, this is
All right.
hard. I don't know any of these people.
what
I
is
don't
this? What is this?
Esports coach?
Who the frick coach it? Let's give it to
All
the
right,
Swede.
I'm voting for this
no,
guy.
give it to the Swede.
Oh,
Give it to the
Andre?
Swede. No,
This
the
guy?
Swede. No, the guy on the right. He has a Swedish flag on his
Doom
shirt.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, he has a Swedish flag.
He looks like
Looks like
he looks like he'd be the kind of coach that you would accidentally shoot your teammate. And he's like,
Okay, I think you need to
push-ups.
pick
10 push-ups.
either the first guy or the last guy on that top row because both of them look like they're actually
Why can't we pick the
scrutinizing
guy in
the
a
people.
suit that doesn't?
I
look like
don't
he'd ever be a
believe
coach?
any coach for an esports team needs a guy in a suit.
Why not?
Okay, they look like they're actually like directing their people in some form.
Best
or fashion.
esports event.
What the hell is this shit?
Bro, they ain't inviting me to these events. I don't care. All right, Evo. That's it.
Oh
It's
my
over.
gosh.
Oh, we're done. That was
the
fun
dumbest
experience.
last 4 questions I've ever expected to see. So
All right. Anyways.
Honestly, all these categories suck.
could we have left this last one not voted for? Because
Nah.
for shit's sake.
Yeah. Anyways, we did our vote. That's how it goes. I guess.
Now we just have to wait and see how many of them we got right. That's
So
the question.
I want to look at a list of games that came out in 2022 and actually pick a real game of the year.
Okay.
Why?
I thought the game that they actually have up right now is what's going to win. So this list is always so skewed. I don't know what to tell you, Chris.
Oh wait, this is just all games.
Yeah.
So, this is new, Will. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Minecraft have now officially outsold Tetris.
Oh wow, okay.
Not
How crazy
shocking.
is that?
Did you
Okay,
see
that's
that
not
Grand
even-
Theft Auto is finally cheaper this year?
What was that?
It's finally selling for like $10 during Black Friday.
Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah,
Who
like
cares?
a 20-year-old game.
That
Oh,
game
yeah,
is
see.
sold every year so well still.
Can we talk about how bad the new Pokemon game looks? Like, it looks awful.
Okay, I haven't
Last,
actually
like,
looked.
7.
In fairness, they've felt like they've been scraping the bottom of the barrel for new ideas
Yeah.
in Pokemon for a long time.
Well, they've released what? At least 3 this year.
Yeah.
Why?
Have you seen the animation that was floating around? You have not. Let me pull it up without, like, accidentally
I've only
showing
seen
cancer on Twitter.
I've only seen things in this when we do this podcast because I don't look it up at all these days. Like I stopped caring a long time ago about Pokemon overall.
I understand. I'm just letting you know. All right, let me see. Pokemon bad. I'm just saying Pokemon bad and see if it comes
Like
up.
honestly, at this point, I feel like Nintendo should focus on stories, like making the story unique, versus trying to come up with a
This is it.
new Pokemon.
This is it. This is the tackiest animation I have ever seen in my life.
You're not sharing it.
Watch this.
Wait a minute. This is in the game.
This is in the game.
What the?
What?
I've already lost it. This is awful.
Can they
This is an official animation in the game when you make your character a sandwich.
They've made Pokemon look just like mobile games, like cheap mobile games.
Yeah.
Like, who
Can
did they pay millions of dollars to make this? Like,
Can they
who-
just focus on new stories and not making new Pokemon though? Because like they have enough Pokemon creatures created. They're just getting stupid at this point.
Oh yeah.
This is
That's
a
my
legit.
opinion.
This is a legit. Somebody top comment. You ever just eat a PNG of a sandwich?
Also,
Oh, man.
personal opinion, they could have stopped making new Pokemon creatures after Ruby and Sapphire. That's my opinion.
I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver were pretty well done, actually.
Ruby and Sapphire were after that.
No, Heart Gold and Soul Silver were the remakes on the
oh.
DS.
Oh.
And they were actually real well done. I had Heart Gold.
Wait,
I did
those
like
were remakes of the original Gold and Silver? Yeah, no, but I'm saying they didn't need.
They should have just kept remaking the 3.
They didn't need more Pokemon when they did a
I know.
remake of an existing. So like they just needed to create new stories in the universe.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
that is
weird,
the
right?
Pokemon franchise, in my opinion, is basically dead.
Pull up the game.
I mean, it
the
still
list of
sells
games.
bajillions of copies.
Yeah, it does.
Pull up the list.
But
of
there's
games, Chris.
there's nothing new there.
Yeah,
nothing.
Pull up the list.
Oh, Pokemon?
Yeah.
Like the last time I was interested in Pokemon was Game Boy Advance, DS, I guess technically, but Game Boy Advance was really the last time I was like truly interested in.
Yeah, like that's the thing. If we Ruby and Sapphire. Okay,
I had
Fire
Pokemon Blue.
Red. They did the Fire Red and Leaf Green.
I liked those. Those were good.
Those were good. Okay. Yeah.
Emerald. I still have my Emerald.
Emerald was okay. You gotta remember that Leaf Green and Fire Red were kind of remakes. Emerald was a third edition to Ruby and Sapphire.
No, it totally was.
So those didn't introduce new Pokemon overall, except for like a few minor ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine.
Look how many are on the Switch, though. There's like 1,000 Pokemon games.
Right. I just think they could have stopped right there. I guess they had made Diamond and Pearl. I don't know. I don't remember what was really brought in with that.
Okay, guys. Lefluffy Sniper Ducko has brought up something important we need to look at. This is a dog in Ace Combat 7. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Why is that in the game?
Looks happy.
Shout out to Lefluffy Sniper Ducko for that one. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Okay, sorry. Back to Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon has a ton on the game, the GameCube.
No, well, they started pumping them out like crazy after 2016.
Pikachu or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, was that on the 3DS? Okay,
so there's two there.
Well, okay, Pikachu and Eevee is a remake.
5, 6, 7. There's 7, and there's Pokemon Snap too.
Yeah, there's just too many.
Wait, that isn't Ace Combat 7. Did I do the wrong one?
Didn't they make a fat
let me look
Pikachu with Sun and Moon?
Say it again.
Is Sun and Moon the one that had that stupid fat Aloha Pikachu?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think it is. They just started doing some stupid shit with Sun and Moon. I don't know. Omega Ruby and Alpha.
Oh my gosh.
It's even better.
Yes, it's even better. Apparently the dog doesn't scale at all. So like when there's other things moving around it, like the dog looks like it's a massive freaking thing. Look at this. Hold on. It just does not scale. But so like imagine the plane pulls up next to it and it's just like the dog's bigger. Like what the I just like how they got some dude up there like, oh, I got the dog. Oh man, that's amazing. Apparently it is just straight up a PNG.
Nice. Good work, guys.
All right, so Pokemon has fallen. I agree. The only game that I ever considered buying on the Switch, Pokemon wise, was the Let's Go Pikachu one, and that was it.
Well, I was gonna get Legends, but
Eevee.
You got Eevee?
Yeah.
You like it? I've heard the like catching Pokemon aspect is kind of sucky because you do like Pokemon Go style.
I don't know. It's been a while since I played it. It's okay. It's fine. No.
So how about this? What's the like as far as your gaming has gone? Obviously, all of us probably game a little less than we did when we were younger.
Of course.
But, all of us still do game, or else we'd probably leave this podcast. Mm-hmm. So how have your patterns? We started this podcast in 2019, right? 2019, yeah, 2019. How do you feel like your gaming has changed in the last 3 years? Like, do you feel like you do more, less, the same, or different? Like, you just do something different now?
It goes up and down.
I feel like you're more out there with the games you choose now, Will.
Yeah, I definitely am trying to branch out because I'm tired of playing the same Halo, and that's it.
Well, you were basically Fable and Halo all the time when we started this podcast.
Well, I had limited monies, so I could buy a game per generation. And I happened one day to get Halo as a gift, and I got Fable as a gift. So I was like, that's why I had those games. That's the only reason.
To be fair, though, those are very epic games.
That's a pretty solid gift.
Yeah, they end up being fantastic, but I would never even known about them probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, my gaming has not changed significantly in the past 3 years. I think it changed.
You're pretty much all RTS.
Turn-based games as well, but like
strategy sim, turn-based RTS. You're all strategy.
It changed prior to the last 3 years, I would say.
Because before that, you played other stuff, right?
Yeah, I play a lot more. I think transitioning from college to career, I changed my gaming style to be more aligned with that, with where I'm currently at, because it just fits the time better for some reason, in my opinion. So
I like games with. I think this has always been the case. I have always liked games that involve strategy and good story.
Do you like games that would? Do you like games where you can kind of create your own story a little?
Well, yeah, I like that's why I like Mass Effect so much, because you get to kind of carve out the story by making choices.
I think if you like choices, I think and living with the consequences a little bit.
I do like that.
Okay, I think you would actually really like the Paradox games.
Paradox,
the studio. So Victoria 3, Iron Hearts.
Can I play this on a portable?
Kings.
Can I play this on a portable console?
You could play it on your Steam Deck. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
I think it says it's playable. It's just a board game. It's structured like a board game. So you just move the troops wherever, or you interact with the county infrastructure.
How involved is the story though? Because I really like involved stories.
Some of the expansions make it more involved. You have a lot of just going off of Crusader Kings, for example. There's a lot of intrigue at your court. You have to make decisions, like you choose who your family members marry and stuff. You can make marriage alliances. You declare war or have war declared on you.
Can you remind me how many hours of Crusader Kings you've played?
Counting just 3 or 2 as well.
All of them.
I'm at.
Wait, did Will just drop out?
Yeah, he did. I'm at 2,000 hours ish, maybe. So he's back. I have a lot more hours than I'm proud to admit with Crusader Kings. Okay.
I've got into each of the Persona games that I am platinuming or are going to platinum. I've got at least 250 hours into each of them.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, Chris, in Crusader Kings, the only reason I have that many hours is because
it's got replayability.
The replayability of it is insane. You can pick any culture region you want to play as in almost a global world map. So just think of when you play the board game Risk, right? Think of how many different ways you could play based on where you start off. That is basically what these games are, except you also bring into it the dynamic of the religion of your character, the type of government your character has, and who your neighbors are specifically.
You know what game I think that we would have a fun time streaming? Since you said this,
we could play.
There's a game called Democracy 4. Have you played it?
No, but we could play Crusader Kings multiplayer and stream it. That's actually 100% doable.
Basically, you pick a country and then you essentially either destroy or enable democracy through various funding of different programs and who you hire in your political cabinet and that stuff. I watched somebody break the game and essentially install a monarchy, which was amazing. The Spiffin Brit, who's hilarious, he breaks games in pretty much every video he does, and in this particular case he managed to essentially convert the entire country that he was emulating into a specific religion, and then completely funnel money into that religion's schools to basically indoctrinate all of the kids to vote for him, and it became a monarchy. It was hilarious. But it's all money and numbers. There's really nothing to it other than the headlines that they make up. These goofy headlines you get between the different years.
The for you, Chris, I would say the Steam sale is coming up for Black Friday.
I'll be watching the Black Friday Steam sale.
Just look at those games with Paradox Interactive. Just my recommendation is to just figure out what time period you'd prefer to play in, because they have a wide range of options from they have Imperator Rome, they have Crusader Kings, which is the Dark Ages / medieval period. They have
what is this?
I've never played it.
I'll have to look it up.
There's they got the whole Europa, which is basically the colonial imperialism era. Then there's Victoria, which is what you just saw in the Game Awards option, which I think is just the Victorian era. And then they have Iron Hearts, which is World War II. They got Stellaris, which is if you want like Star Trek, basically.
It looks like Kirov reporting as a Command and Conquer something or other.
Okay. But yeah, if
a Red Alert 3 joke. Okay, all right.
Can I find their?
I think it would be fun if we did a game where every decision could be by committee and you guys could screw me over on every decision and make me live with awful consequences.
Oh gosh.
That's what I wanted to do with the Walking Dead Telltale game, but Will dropped off too early to screw me over.
Hey, you only did it one time, Chris. I was there. I was watching.
I wanted to play more of it, but I haven't had time. And I'm finishing Super Metroid slowly but surely. It's going to happen.
You should do 12 minutes. That's a decision-based game, and it's pretty nuts. It also has Willem Dafoe in it.
Yeah, they have.
Will, I have a game for you then. You like the Muso style games, right? Like the that Zelda game spinoff from Breath of the Wild, or did you not like that?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What spinoff game?
The Hyrule Warriors.
Oh no, Dynasty Warriors. I don't like that crap.
I thought you liked the one that they did though, Hyrule Warriors.
I know. Yeah, it was like Dynasty Warriors. I don't like that kind of.
Age of Calamity. I thought you liked Age of Calamity. That was like the prequel to Breath of the Wild.
To be fair, I have not played that one. I played the other one.
Oh, the other one's awful. It's just Dynasty Warriors with Hyrule characters.
Yeah.
So, one thing too, when it comes to the Paradox games.
I know one place this isn't corrupted by capitalism.
Oh, you have
That's like the most corrupted by capitalism.
What is this?
It's a quote from by Tim Curry on Red Alert.
Oh.
I think. Anyways, so you don't like those style games? Dynasty Warriors not your thing. Got it.
No,
understood. Never mind. I'm undoing my recommendation. But you should. You know what? You like Telltale games, Will, don't you?
Do.
You should play. It's very cheap. You can get it for probably like $10. Ken Follett's Pillars of the Earth. It's by I think the same company that's doing the Gollum game.
I thought Pillars of the Earth was made by Obsidian.
No. That's Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of the Earth is made by.
It's close.
I'm trying. It's something entertainment. Daedalic.
Oh yeah, it totally is the same game, same company as.
But
Gollum.
this is the closest thing to a book ever, as far as game conversion to game or book conversion to game. This is the closest thing you can get. The best part is like if you make the wrong choices, you don't get the book end at all. It like completely f's up the story, and it's hilarious. Some of the things that happen, like for example. One of the main characters in this game, one of the people that's one of the key pieces of the story is a priest in the Middle Ages, and he screws something up and he gets hung.
Oh,
or I mean, burned at the stake. He's burned at the stake.
Screw something up.
There's a lot of things like that, and this game is amazing because it really does follow the story. If you make all the decisions in the book, you get the book ending. But if you don't, that's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
And I've read this book. It's a really good book, Pillars of the Earth. If you like anything that's like historical fiction, that is one of the best ones I've ever read.
Okay.
Go ahead. You guys got what should Will recommend to Andrew? Halo Wars.
Buy an Xbox.
Actually, you would probably like Halo Wars.
It's a really simple RTS, but I do enjoy that series.
It's fun. It's got a lot of good cutscenes too. I think Blur did the cutscenes, right?
Yeah, cutscenes are fine, but the gameplay is where it's at.
It is a simplistic style game.
I would recommend Iron Harvest to both of you.
How many decisions? Okay. Any game that I play has to have the ability to be turned off at a moment's notice.
Okay, so Iron Harvest, no bueno for that. If you're looking to be turned off at any moment, then go to Go to Paradox Games because Paradox Game and buy any of them.
If you want to be turned off at any moment, just scroll through Twitter until you find something, and you're gonna be turned off.
No, honestly though, if you're looking for the games that are like easy to just pick up and stop playing at any moment, as long as you hit pause.
Then go ahead.
So
what game is it?
Crusader, for which one? The first game.
Crusader Kings.
Crusader Kings 3. There's Stellaris as well. Europa.
I've heard good things about Stellaris.
There's Europa Universalis 4, and then Victoria 3 looks like.
Hey, Will, it's on Xbox.
Mm-hmm. It is.
But
Xbox.
I haven't played Victoria 3. The reviews are mixed currently. I don't know what to make of that. But as far as Crusader Kings 3 and Stellaris go, both are overwhelmingly positive for reviews. I've never heard anything bad about either of them. I've played both of them and really like it. Europa 4 has the same level of positivity as well. So Victoria is still a question mark, and Imperator Rome is questionable. Iron Hearts is positive if you want the World War II game, but that's. I'm a huge fan. They're basically a board game structure where it's not turn based, it's real time, but you have a lot of elements where it's like the counties are done as if they're like a board game county, because it's like you have borders and everything that can't be changed.
You know what game would be awesome for a RTS style game?
What?
If they could make like a Shadow of Mordor style RTS where you have Nemesis factions instead of just, you play a specific character.
There we go.
Like, I'm just imagining like Middle Earth Total War.
Mm-hmm.
Like Battle for Middle Earth 2, except with the Nemesis system.
That would be really cool.
Now,
I'm sad that WB patented that concept because it's super cool. I wanted to like everything.
But
that should have been revolutionary.
Do you know who publishes what other game? What other series is usually published by Warner Brothers?
A lot.
The Witcher.
Oh,
The Witcher.
Imagine The Witcher with a Nemesis system.
It's only a publisher deal, though. They don't develop that game.
I'm just saying, if they own the publishing rights, they could probably swing that.
You can create rivals in Crusader Kings. Just saying.
Okay.
They just
can piss off a lot of little kids in Rocket League. Just saying. Okay, let me ask you guys this.
Yeah.
None of us really like online or esports style games like Fortnite or anything. What would convince you to play or try one?
How do you make it meaningful? Like, how do you add accomplishment to it in a meaningful way? That's my question.
I honestly think the only one I would have played that ended up not coming out was probably Fable Legends. I probably would have played that. Like, when I've looked up the gameplay that Fable Legends had in mind.
So I've actually played the game, and it was actually really fun.
I think they were ahead of their time. I think if that
if they had come out during Game Pass, that game would have sold bonkers.
It's an asymmetric one bad guy versus 3 or 4 good guys.
I think it's 4, yeah.
See, okay, here's the thing that I
really like asymmetric gameplay. I just really
there's a game that was the original, not an original, but like it was geared purely to the online kind of competition structure, and it was my favorite game on the PS3, Mag, and that would put 3 teams. You had 3 different factions, right? And there was actually kind of a meaningful aspect to it because you worked with a team that was always your faction team.
Mm-hmm.
So like it kind of vested you into like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like you had an identity, right? You identified with whatever faction you were on, and you couldn't just switch factions. You had to, if you wanted to switch factions, you had to level all the way up to basically prestige.
And veteran over
Then so it was a really fun concept, and you were always competing to see which team was winning all the competitions. I feel like they need to do something more like that with the modern versions of it. And
what if
they tried to with that one game coming that Ubisoft made, with the Vikings, the Knights, and the Samurai. They tried that concept.
Oh, it's For Honor.
For Honor, right?
Yeah.
But the game wasn't that great, so it kind of. But with the shooter games, it's like I feel like a Mag 2 would be very successful. Plus, at the time, it had up to like 256 players on one map. Pretty solid.
Yeah, awesome.
Pretty solid concept, right? And it required actual team play and like direction following and coordination, because they would pick people to be like platoon leader or squad leader, and you got to have that squad leader got to call in artillery if you had it available, or airstrikes. And it was one of those things where there's a lot of coordination and teamwork. And I think that's what's missing in these games, right? You just got stupid freaking ninja over there just running around being ninja, right? And so I just can't seem to get drawn in, especially after experiencing a game like this on PS3 and being extremely disappointed that the developer was put to pasture by Sony before being allowed to make a second one.
What if a company came out with a permadeath game where you can build up a character and win, and then the leaderboards are always changing, because even though you're at the top, you can always die and have to start.
I would never play that game.
No, one, you get screwed over by douchebags on your own team. 100%. There's going to be that one person.
I think that would probably no. It'd be like one-on-one cage matches and stuff like that.
I don't know.
Or it'd be free for all. It would not be team death.
See, it's rough. It's rough.
I think there is a permadeath game.
I think there is. I just think that Mag 2 should be a thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would look forward to that game.
I don't know if there's. I would recommend looking up gameplay. Well, it was a fun
I remember
game.
when this game came out. I thought it was a really cool idea.
People bitched about the graphics, and it's just like the graphics were not bad. They weren't good, but they weren't bad. It was like the game. What you got gameplay wise was like 1,000 times more valuable than stupid pixels.
So I'm not gonna lie, I misread. I was scrolling too fast, and I thought one of them said Pharmadeath. I was like, "What? Pharmadeath games? Like what? You're like doing what's that game? Plague Inc.
Yeah, but
I guess that would technically
that'd
probably be like some kind of Pharmadeath. I guess
the drug sale.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like farm as in farming, so I was like,
no.
The goats kill you or something.
Yeah, that would Goat Simulator.
No, you just ran a child over with the tractor.
Oh man.
Oh no.
That's why you have to have sticks back then. You know, you never know when one.
You know what was
hit.
the worst part of the Telltale's Walking Dead was when you go to help that kid and like slow motion those zombies just chow down on the farmer's son. I'm like, what the heck? There's no way that should happen.
There's a lot of situations like that. Oh man, you gotta play that game to get to the second one. Oh man.
That made me so mad. You got to tell me when we can free up some time to do it again.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done moving my mom. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I got to get my van through. Did I tell you my van decided to become a hunter this year without a license?
Oh. Did you get a buck?
It was a bad hunter because the deer got away.
Oh, wow.
So now I got a fun insurance claim.
That's why you got to put knives in the front.
This is just going full Death Race 2000. Yeah. Like I got like spokes with like sharp points on my wheels that like
Exactly.
That's it. That is actually a game series that I don't think it's ever been done right. Is like Death Race, the video game. Imagine the kinds of upgrades and awful things you could put on a car in like a modern racing game and like play to the death online.
It's like an adult Super Mario racing game.
Exactly. It's like the Super Mario Bros. Movie version of Mario Kart. Except I want Danny DeVito to be in my cart. All right. Is there any game that you guys are actually looking forward to? Since none of the games on the actual list are things we look forward to. Well, we did. No, I take that back. We were looking forward to several of them. But what's a game you actually really want?
Zelda, Starfield,
Hogwarts.
I want Wolf Among Us 2. Have you guys ever played Wolf Among Us?
No.
Wolf Among Us
Chris,
is probably
did you
one
play
of
the second Borderlands game? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I have not played the second. You mean Tales from the Borderlands?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I keep seeing it.
It's out now. I think
it's totally out. No, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a game I've been looking forward to for a long time as well. In fact, I like the Tales from the Borderlands games better than the actual Borderlands games. I know that's blasphemy, but you know.
It's not announced yet, but I'm hoping that anyone at Sony watches this and decides to make Meg 2 to take advantage of how shit Fortnite and everything is, and Call of Duty Warzone. So that's what I'm secretly hoping and holding out for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Fable whenever that comes out. But games that we know are announced and are coming, Starfield. Are
you okay? You guys are much more optimistic about that than me. That trailer, that Starfield.
It's gonna be the same Bethesda shit that we always get, and I like that shit.
Okay, but it sounds like there's gonna be a lot of just barren wasteland planets.
That's Bethesda, man. Have you ever played those games?
But like, are you gonna get that much value out of that?
I mean, I love walking from barren landscape to barren landscape.
I'm assuming maybe it's just the style, but I'm assuming it's gonna be like Death Stranding. Like, I don't know. It's just a bunch of walking, and it's stupid looking. I think everyone hopes that it's gonna be like a very vibrant universe, but with how many planets they're talking about,
no, Starfield is going to be like desolate, like 20, I don't know, 2100 at the latest, like
that's
early.
Man.
I read a line that Starfield is meant to be like early space travel, like archaic space travel, like before.
Bullshit.
So they said there's going to be chances of dying on your way to different planets.
I'm just saying that it's going to be a bullshit.
Imagine you're playing a game and your character dies on the way to the planet you're trying to.
Or you're going to have to run from leak to leak with your duct tape.
I'm waiting for them to have a bug in that game where you die every time you go to a certain planet. It's just
and your save file corrupts because it gets bigger every time you die.
Yeah.
That's what happened in Skyrim.
I just assume it's going to be bad because just assume it will be.
I think Starfield will be a good game, but I think it'll be the same kind of hype train for me as Red Dead Redemption 2, where I was really looking forward to it, and then it comes out, and I'm gonna be like, nah, this ain't for me.
I feel like it's gonna just be a worse Fallout.
I've never actually liked the Fallout games.
That's the thing. I don't really like Fallout, and I get the vibe that it's gonna be a worse version of Fallout.
Yeah. I hope Fallout 3 is fine once I get used to the gameplay.
Optimistic, man. That's.
I always I'm not gonna lie. When Microsoft announced they were gonna buy Activision, I was like, I wish it was EA because I want more Mass Effect that's actually good. But then again, I look at what Xbox has done with all their acquired studios, and they haven't done anything really.
I would rather have Sony buy EA than.
Sony can't afford EA.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if you want Mass Effect or Dragon Age to come out good, at least get the studio that, like, the developer that.
Well, if Sony could get a deal going where they could only buy BioWare off of EA and that's it,
then every game is just gonna be like it's gonna play like The Last of Us. Or God of War.
No.
Like it's the same freaking camera angle in every single
no
one of
offense
games.
To anybody who likes The Last of Us, but I think that series has the worst gameplay for a zombie game I've ever played. And that includes
like
Dead Rising game. Drop.
I like the first game.
The first one's good.
Yeah.
I cannot stand the way the actual game mechanics function in that game.
It's unique. I'll give it that.
It's unique in a way that I hate.
It's because it's different.
I think the Last of Us story is really awesome. The first one, anyways. I can't say much about the second one because I haven't played it.
The second one's story is garbage. I will say it. It is garbage. It shows no respect to the first one, and they add extra factions that don't need to exist.
Well, isn't there the Fireflies and various
No,
other things?
but like, okay, they add these weird factions in the third one, right? They add too many factions. So instead of letting you develop the culture of each group, each faction, and what their motivations are, like actually world build them, they just add a random effing third faction at the very end that you're just like, why do I give a shit about these people? I don't care. Why are they
also, spoiler alert, but killing Joel is stupid.
No, it's not about killing Joel.
It serves very little purpose.
The way that they kill him is stupid.
Yeah, it serves very little purpose.
The methodology is they kill him right off the bat before it matters.
Right.
In a very unceremonious way.
If you haven't played the first game, you don't care. And if you have, then you're like, this game sucks now.
Because they did it in such a piss poor way. He doesn't even know anyone's coming after him.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of
there's no real conflict. They just get there, they accidentally catch him, they just beat his head in and then leave. Right?
Somebody should mod that to keep Joel in the game.
I'm sure it exists. No, it's just done so poorly that it doesn't actually do anything to the story. They just wanted to kill him.
Plus, they make you play as the character who does kill him, and you don't want to play as that character. Like, there's no part of me watching.
You don't want to keep him alive. You want to go jump off the cliff.
That's the problem.
If I was playing as that character, I'd jump off the cliff because I'd be like, I don't want this character.
No, but it's not even that. There's the problem where they suck at developing that character. They're trying to force feed you it, and it's just not organic. And
they're like, it's nuanced. It's a nuanced story. It's like, no, it's a sucky story.
It's a sucky story. Yes, 100%. That's why it did not deserve. There's too much force feeding of the narrative of that story that they don't. It didn't deserve Game of the Year.
Write whatever story you want, but I don't have to like it.
But okay, you can write the story, and it could have good concepts. But if you tell it in a shitty way,
well, the order of events could have been done better.
Yeah, like when your order of events sucks.
If Joel gets killed right at the end of Last of Us Part 2, then you
could have been you could have still killed him early. You just needed to build into it much more than what they did.
They should have done the Han Solo moment from Star Wars Episode 7 and have him die in furious glory against somebody else.
Yeah. I'm just saying they
give it a force ghost.
They shoehorned too much of it, man. That's the problem. They didn't tell.
I don't think there can ever be a Last of Us Part 3.
No, at this rate, no.
They're turning into Valve. They can't make Naughty Dog can't make a third game.
Well, it's just like Bad Company. EA can't seem to get DICE to be able to make a third Bad Company.
Which is so weird.
Which they don't know why anyone liked it. They just don't know why.
Last question for you guys.
Baffles me.
You are now in charge of your favorite studio. What game's coming out next year?
Fable. I don't know why you ask me this all the time.
You're in charge of whatever your favorite studio is. What game's coming out next year? Oh, Mag 2, obviously, for you, Andrew.
Well, no, they're out. They're gone. That studio's disbanded. I can't pick them. You worded this question, so I can't say it.
Oh, yeah. My favorite studio versus a favorite a game that I'm most hopeful for is two different things because Playground Games is not my favorite studio.
Neither is 343, though.
No, it isn't.
What's your favorite studio?
Man, that's a tough one.
I don't think I actually have a specific favorite studio. At this point, I like a variety of games that come from affiliated studios, but they're not.
No, I know what Will's favorite studio is.
What is it?
The one that produced Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh,
Respawn. Yeah, I love Respawn. That's a good studio.
What else did Respawn make? Or
Titanfall. I freaking love Titanfall.
No,
they did Apex Legends too.
Okay.
So, if it wasn't for Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2, I might have considered Naughty Dog in some of my favorites, but they've really tanked their credit, in my opinion, with Last of Us.
Part 1 is fine. Part 2 is shit.
I still don't like the game mechanics in either of them.
That's just okay. I'll say this: every Naughty Dog game ever has had a weird game mechanic. I thought Uncharted was weird, so I can't fault them for it.
I do like Uncharted though. I like all of those.
If it was up to me, I would take Bethesda and I'd force them to just scrap Starfield and come out with the next Elder Scrolls game, which is what everyone actually freaking wants.
That's a good point.
But then if you ask me other games, it's like I would tell EA to actually remake some of their older IPs, like Army of Two, Mercenaries. I would make them go make Bad Company 3 because, let's be honest, Battlefield is dying because they haven't come up with anything great. Bad Company would be a life changer for them. I would tell Sucker Punch to make another Infamous game, and they can shove it where the sun don't shine if they don't want to, because they're going to. Who else? I guess I would tell BioWare to come out with actual concrete release date information about Dragon Age. Just saying. That game is... I'll say I'm anticipating that game, but there's no release date yet. So probably 2 years from now.
I'd take over CD Projekt Red and produce more Witcher games. Oh wait, they're already doing that.
They're already doing that.
No, I probably would have. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase the question, and I promise this is the last one because I want to cut this short. We're already an hour and a half. I want to cut it down. But let's say at any point in any time in history, you can go back and change something or do something, and have your whatever series you want restored or whatever company you want working on anything. Who do you pick to make what game?
I'll go first. Zipper. I would have told them, don't make
Unit 13 for the Vita.
Don't make Unit 13 or a new SOCOM game. Make Mag 2, geared specifically for the PS4 launch. That's what I would have said. And that would have been their lifeline, and they would have been successful with it, and the PS4 would have had a fantastic, massive multiplayer game scheduled for release. I'm pretty sure they were trying to do something with like Planet Side or whatever that stupid space game that Sony Online had instead, which never came to fruition. Fruition, yeah, whatever. I can't speak right now. But yeah, if they had done Mag 2 instead, I think that would have been a much better business model. And then we probably would have a Mag 3 right now on PS5, which would be probably, in my opinion, competing heavily with the other online games because it's unique. It's very unique. And also people like being part of a team, especially in this online influencer age of identity with your characters and shit. I think it would have been extremely successful. So that's what I would have done, but obviously I wasn't there, so they're dead.
I have a couple. I would tell Respawn and Obsidian, not Obsidian, but BioWare, don't get bought by EA. Then
didn't Respawn almost go bankrupt because
of EA? Yes.
That's right. They signed that contract that almost screwed the studio.
Yeah, they had EA publish their games, and then EA decided to wedge Titanfall 2 without any promotional material between Call of Duty, Battlefield.
So and then they wound up getting them for like next.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was that? Interesting.
How did that happen?
Yeah. Anyway, so don't do that. Then also, I would tell Microsoft to give 343 enough time to put Halo 4 on the Xbox One instead of the freaking 360.
I don't think 343 is saving Halo, regardless of how much time you give them.
I think that if they had enough time, they would have figured that shit out. I think
they had plenty of time with Infinite, and they really after that.
Yeah, but they are also like rebuilding everything for that game. And to be fair, the game's solid. It's just everything else sucks about it. Okay.
Although they have significant tech debt supposedly, where they like use a lot of shortcuts to make the game.
Well, apparently, they might have fixed that because they're actually putting out updates now like every week, which is interesting. Anyway, also
go ahead.
Lionhead Studios, which was my favorite studio. I love the people who worked in. I love the passion that they showed. I would tell them to tell Microsoft to fuck off and not make an online MMO style game like they were trying to do with Fable Legends that killed the studio. Also that, Do not put anything on Connect, and don't rush Fable 3.
Just don't make the Connect.
Yeah. People like the Connect. That's fine. Just don't put games like Fable on it because you had.
You mean you didn't like Fable: The Journey?
No, they gave Fable 3 2 years, which why it sucked. Then you have Fable: The Journey, which
I like Fable 3.
You're an idiot. So you have Fable: The Journey on the Connect, which is terrible. Fable Heroes, which is fine, but everyone was pissed about it because the other 2 games were terrible. And then they have Fable Legends. So that's what killed that studio. Anyway, that's what I would do. That's what I would say to fix their shit. Mm-hmm.
I would definitely have gone back and said, Microsoft, you bunch of schmucks, don't cancel Ensemble Studios.
Oh, yeah.
I think we'd have much better Age of Empires games if Ensemble Studios was still around.
Yeah, I guess I would just say to every studio bought by EA, don't let them buy you.
Don't be bought. Yeah. Yeah.
Devolver Digital.
Honestly, though,
Pandemic.
EA really needs to bring back Visceral and Pandemic games. That's what they need to do. Mm-hmm. And it's a shame that they haven't. I don't understand why they haven't, because they haven't come out with some of those games. Like they have some very creative IP that could bring some very successful games to market.
I know everybody loves Age of Empires 2, but I actually think Age of Empires 3 is a work of art. That's like one of my favorite RTS games ever made. Mm-hmm. I love the leveling up of your city where you get to like build it up from a harbor into like a massive freaking cultural center, which is really cool. Like you get the research, marketing, and stuff. It's honestly some kind of an online game before online games are really super popular. Because you can still build the cultural center and increase your research and tech and all that stuff. And that was really neat the way they did it, because it had impacts in game, but not as much as you'd expect. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Ensemble Studios, I've always hated the fact that Microsoft shut them down after Halo Wars.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then obviously on top of that, like I think Microsoft should have kept Bungie.
Here's my question on the whole studios being shut down. Is it that the studio had bad leadership paired with like EA or Microsoft or whoever it was that shut them down being just not understanding what they actually wanted? Or is it that they purely just dictated to the studio to make shitty games instead of like going with the bread and butter?
I think it was the latter.
You think it was the latter? Because I feel like
well, Microsoft had really bad leadership at the time where same thing with Lionhead. Basically they told them what to make and it was a failure.
Yep.
Not because they wanted to make that, but because they were told to make that and it didn't.
Yeah, well, they pitched a Fable 4 and they said no. So like, no, we want this weird asymmetric game instead.
Which, like I said, nowadays would have been a great game.
I just find it hard to believe that was it Pandemic who had both Army of Two and Mercenaries, or did Visceral have one of those?
EA just has too many competing franchises. I think that's why they shut some of them down.
Yeah, but it's just like Army of Two and Mercenaries. I feel like they should have at least combined Visceral and Pandemic and just had them make one or both of them on like a rotating cycle, because they didn't even try to have those studios make those games again when they shut them down. They put them on known failed projects specifically to shut them down. EA
is known for that.
But
honestly, they just wanted the IP.
Yeah, but they don't use the IP,
nope.
Which is what pisses me off.
And that's a problem. Honestly, the thing that makes me most mad about EA is the cancellation of Star Wars 1313.
Yes.
That would have been a freaking cool game.
Was that EA's fault or was that Disney's fault?
No. 1313. Well, it was kind of tied up in that too, but that was what
EA canceled it after they acquired the exclusive rights to Star Wars via Disney.
Right.
Even though they technically owned the company that was making 1313, I believe. Right?
EA makes the shittiest decisions. We can just agree with that. And
oh no, 1313 was internal LucasArts project.
Yeah, that's why I canceled it.
And it got canceled when Disney bought it.
It got canceled by Disney, not EA.
I thought that was an EA. Hold on. Why do I feel like that's an EA thing?
We're blaming it on EA.
I'm blaming Disney. Disney
All
just
right,
ruined
Disney
things.
ruined Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say it. Disney ruined Star Wars.
I'm gonna blame Disney because Disney actually came in to just
I
destroy
want to do
canon.
an entire podcast on how angry I am about the Disney Star Wars canon being destroyed. Like for me, everything pre-Disney is canon. Post-Disney is whatever I decide is canon.
Well, that latest trilogy is ass. Like,
yeah, it's Rogue One, and then the rest of it sucks.
Rogue One's good. I like
Rogue One. Is very good.
Yes,
that's one of the best Star Wars movies ever produced.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I really enjoyed episode. I don't want to get into this right now.
Yeah. different podcast.
Yes.
Episode. Different episode.
Also, I would not have canceled KOTOR 3. KOTOR 3 would be out by now.
Yep.
All right. As always, I'm Chris.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Will.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST.
Bye, guys.